On a quiet morning in late March, in the small town of Aylesbury, England, 68-year-old George Wilkins was taking his routine walk along the edge of his garden when he heard a faint, desperate chirping sound coming from the roadside hedge. Curious, he leaned closer and spotted a tiny ball of fluff, a baby sparrow, no larger than his thumb, trembling on the cold ground. Its feathers were barely formed, and its eyes still half closed. It must have fallen from a nest high in the branches above. George, a retired postman with a soft spot for animals, gently scooped the chick into his hands. It was so helpless. I couldn't leave it there, he recalls, emotion thick in his voice. He brought the bird home, placing it in a shoebox lined with an old scarf. His wife, Margaret, helped him mix warm porridge and egg yolk to feed the sparrow every 2 hours. They named him Pip. Over the following weeks, Pip's condition slowly improved. His feathers grew in patches, his chirps grew louder, and he began fluttering his tiny wings. George would often sit by the window, letting Pip perch on his finger, softly humming tunes as the sparrow blinked up at him with what felt like gratitude. He never acted like a wild bird, George said. From the start, he trusted us, especially me. He followed me around the house, perched on my shoulder while I made tea, and even tried to peck at my glasses. By May, Pip had grown into a full-sized sparrow with bright, intelligent eyes and a mischievous spirit. Though George opened the garden door every morning in case Pip wanted to return to the wild, the bird always came back, sometimes after brief flights across the garden or a short perch in the tree where he had once fallen. Neighbors grew used to the sight of George walking with Pip, riding his shoulder like a proud little prince. Children from the neighborhood would visit to see the talking sparrow, as they called him, enchanted by his cheerful chirps and loyal attachment. He's part of our family now, Margaret shared, smiling. It's hard to imagine a morning without his singing. Now, nearly a year later, Pip still lives with the Wilkins family. He flies freely through open windows, but always returns before sunset. He sleeps on a soft cloth inside the same shoebox, now placed beside George's armchair. When you rescue something so small and see it grow, it changes you, George said quietly. I thought I was saving him, but in truth, he brought a kind of warmth into our home we didn't even know we needed. In a world that often feels distant and fast-paced, the bond between an old man and a tiny sparrow reminds us that love, no matter how small, can bring us back to what truly matters.